The reason you can't consistently get stops right now in college football 26 is because your defensive playbook has fallen behind the current meta. Luckily for you, in this video I'm breaking down the updated top 3 defensive playbooks that you absolutely need to be using if you're serious about locking down. Regardless of your skill level or play style, if you want to shut down the run or the pass, I have the perfect playbook that can do just that for you here today, so be sure to watch all the way until the end. Let's jump right into it. The first playbook I want to break down is the best blitzing playbook here in college football 26 still from the 4-3 multiple. Let me show you why. Alright, so we're here obviously in the 4-3 multiple playbook. Our first, defense play here is going to be Mike Blitz 0 from Nickel 3-3 Cub. This is still the best blitz here in the game because it's so easy to set up and it just makes sense and it's easy to run for a lot of players. So shift the D line to the left, drop the outside linebacker into a curl flat, press RB, right stick up to pass commit. Again, let me repeat that, for you guys. Shift the D line left by pressing D-pad left, then left stick left, drop the outside linebacker into a curl flat by pressing D-pad left twice, then pressing B, and then pressing, curl flat here, left stick to the right, and then you're pretty much good to go because you just have to press RB and then right stick up to pass commit. So nothing crazy, not too many adjustments, but the key is making sure that you're standing in the right spot with your user defender. So you see how right here, I'm standing about 2 yards over the left shoulder of the center here, so that when I press my D-pad to the right off the snap to get onto my curl flat, my user, Lawson, now runs into the center. If you stand too far over here or you're all the way back here, it's not going to work and it's not just going to walk in the backfield completely untouched. So you need to make sure that you're standing right about here so that when you switch stick off of him, you have that 4-3 advantage over there on the left side. So that's what we're going to do right here. Boom, take it, D-pad switch. Center blocks us because, he's forced to pretty much, and that's what allows for us to walk in completely free right off the edge. So really easy right here. You're just going to see how, boom, we're out here to take this away. We're also standing, right here to D-pad switch off. We're standing over the center. We run into the center, and then we're able to just walk in complete, untouched just like that. So again, shift the D-line, drop the outside linebacker into a curl flat, press RB, right stick up to pass commit, and so boom, take it, and now we are good to go because we walk in free. So against a, 5-man protection, it's 5-on-5. You would expect them to be able to pick this up, but you're just overloading one side, and it's going to be really easy for you because, again, you jump out here, you're back into coverage, taking away the running back, maybe taking away whatever route that could possibly be on the field, and so you're easily going to be able to walk in the backfield. But you're probably going to say, BLT, what about when they go to, a blocked running back right here? So when they block their running back, obviously that changes the numbers up a little bit, but it really doesn't matter because now I'm going to put my safety in a hook, and so now when I switch off them, I'm just going to press D-pad up and then be able to switch onto that guy. So boom, take it, press D-pad up, running back now slides over, but he gets pushed, mauled into the quarterback at the point of attack because that's a defensive end. So that's why I say this blitz is really effective because even if they do, pick it up with their running back, he's still just going to get ran through. This guy has a full head of steam and he's just going to absolutely plow through him. While again, this time I'm back over the middle of the field immediately with my user because I was able to switch it into a hook, and now I'm taking away their backside dig while he goes ahead and takes away like their tight end corner out. So overall, this is going to be the best blitz here, regular blitz here from this 4-3 multiple playbook. But let me show you another one that's really effective, and that's going to be DB Fire 2 from Dime 2-3 Odd. All right, so what we're going to do is simply make sure that our corner here on the right side or on the left side, if they're a left-handed quarterback, is in a contain, because essentially we don't want them to be able to roll out. Too many of you guys struggle with actually, containing the quarterback, and it's really not that hard because if we just take this snap, you're going to notice how this safety, or excuse me, this slot corner right here is going to do a great job of, as soon as I basically try to roll outside the pocket, he's going to be right there to make that play. So really you just want to, QB contain right here, press your defense like this, and if you wanted to drop this slot corner Y on the left side into a zone, because he doesn't really need to blitz. It's the blitz that I'm talking about here. Like, he can contain off the right. The right guy is going to contain, but if you really want to blitz them, I would recommend you do end up blitzing that slot corner because it'll help collapse the pocket even if they don't roll out. So you're going to see right here where they take the snap, they step up, now we walk in complete untouched simply because we're sitting 5 against 5, but our guys are coming in off the edge. If you're simply trying to contain them, you're not really worried about instant pressure like this, and now you can pretty much just only have this guy in the contain and then drop this guy into a zone, right here, the other slot corner. But if you really want to get pressure on the quarterback, I would highly recommend that you end up just sending 5. It's not going to walk in the backfield every time, but it does have, a really high probability to do so. So again, really all you have to do, press RB, then LB to quarterback contain, press your defense so that your slot corners are standing on the line of scrimmage. And so really when they try to take the snap and roll out, your guy's going to be standing right there to instantly sack the quarterback. So 4-3 multiple, a really great blitzing playbook, contain blitz to contain the quarterback, and just a standard blitz when they decide to pocket pass. Alright, so if you found that breakdown of the 4-3 multiple playbook helpful here in College Football 26, make sure you go down below, hit that subscribe button. I break down CFB 26 tips and tricks just like this every single day to help you guys get better. I'm the only one still doing it right now, and when 27 drops, we're going to be posting daily content to help you guys get better on that new game. So what are you thinking? Go down below, hit that subscribe button. But if you're serious about locking down on defense over the last few days and weeks in CFB 26, you want to have a head start, because I can guarantee you this 4-3 multiple playbook is still going to be really good in 27. Go to the link down below in the pinned comment. You can grab it today by using code YouTube to get 20% off. It goes to the full video, screenshots, write-ups, everything you're going to need to dominate on defense here from this 4-3 multiple scheme. So I highly recommend you check it out, and let's jump into those final 2 playbooks. Because next I want to break down the best off-meta defense that not enough players are using right now, but it's really, really good. Let me show you. Alright, so that's going to be here from the 3-4 playbook, and we're going to first come into 3-4 odd. Our play is going to be Tampa 2, alright? As I said, this is a formation and a playbook that not enough players have ever seen or ever played against. So you're going to make sure your linebacker is standing right about there. You're going to blitz your linebacker, or excuse me, you're not going to blitz him. It's going to be the other guy. So you're going to blitz this linebacker over here. You're going to move him to about this spot right here, drop this linebacker into a zone, and then shift the defensive line towards that right side, because now we're going to be doing very similar to what we did from 3-3 Cub. We're just overloading the right side here in this case, right? So you want to make sure your user's in a zone. It looks something like this. How they line up can kind of change depending on the formation the offense runs, but really I don't even have to do anything with my user. I could stand right here, put the controller down, and you're just going to see how we're going to be able to get that guy to loop all the way around the edge. Now, I would recommend that you actually do something with your user, which I'm about to show you here, because it'll make it to where basically another guy could possibly come in free, maybe a little bit sooner. So move this guy a little bit more inside right here, blitz him. He still should be standing far enough back. Shift the D line and then pass command by pressing again RB right stick up. Now what you're going to do with your user here is you are going to basically make a swoop motion where you're going to go down into the left and then back up to get back into coverage. So we're going to take the snap right here, boom, try to turn these guys that way, and so that's what's going to allow for us to, fly in free with that linebacker while I'm still back into coverage, just like you saw, to take away that quick over the ball route. So we end up looking at the instant replay right here. I'm still taking away this over the ball route because I loop down, right? This guy right here, I loop down, I come back up, and then I find to work with my user. I see they have that B receiver sitting in the middle, so I just end up, guarding him just like this, and now everything's taken away while we get that flying pressure. So 5-man blitz here against a 5-man protection, and we're able to walk in free pretty easily, not really too much resistance from them. And even if they do decide to, block their running back right here, the running back, as I showed you earlier, is going to be the one that's responsible for blocking that linebacker. So again, blitz, shift the D line, pass commit my defense right here. He's still going to be the one responsible for blocking that linebacker. So again, like we showed you earlier, he steps up and he gets pushed right into the quarterback while I'm taking that away. So it's really going to be hard for them to block this blitz here from 3-4 odd, regardless if they block the running back or not, because you just have a huge numbers advantage, right? Or really not even. You're just creating a numbers advantage over on one side. Like, you see how this guy drops out. He's not really doing anything, so he goes to double team. This guy, 77, also right here, isn't really blocking anyone either, so he just ends up getting pushed into the quarterback, Ty Simpson, and then we're taking away their quick read. So this 3-4 playbook, specifically with 3-4 odd, super underrated because none of the players actually run 3-4 odd. It actually, if you have a personnel to where you really need to run a 3-4 formation, this is a pretty good one and a pretty good blitz to mix in because you're able to get really quick pressure regardless if they block the running back or not. Alright, before I jump to that final defensive playbook that you're absolutely not going to want to miss here in College Football 26, make sure you go down below, hit that subscribe button. I break down College Football 26 tips and tricks, again, just like this every day to help you guys get better. And when 27 drops, I'm going to be doing the same thing. So this is really the best channel to watch and take tips and tricks from. So I highly recommend you hit that subscribe button. It's literally free. Do it today, and let's jump into that final playbook. Because that's going to be the new best defensive playbook here in College Football 26 that you need to master over these next 2 weeks to get you ready for day 1 of 27. Let me show you why. Alright, so the first thing that really makes this 4-2-5 defensive playbook so valuable is the ability to stop the run, alright? If you can't stop the run and no one's going to pass the ball on you, as I've said many times, you really need to make sure you're honed in on actually being able to stop the run. So we're going to come to mid-blitz 0 right here. This is going to be the easiest, the most automatic run defense. All we're going to do is take our linebacker that is opposite the running back. So the running back here is on the right side of the quarterback. So I'm going to take this left A-gap rusher, Jefferson, move him over the center just like this. And so now what you're going to see is that puts a flame icon over the head of my linebacker right here. So when I'm standing over here, what you notice is the flame icons over the head of the defensive end. And so if they were to take the snap, like, they're going to have room to run. Right now, I still cut back into him, so that's kind of something you don't want to do if you're on offense. But it's like, this is not going to be that hard to run on consistently, like just right there, because you don't have a guy that comes in free immediately. The guy that comes in free is coming off the edge, which is going to be a lot easier for the offense to contain and deal with. But as soon as I move over the center like this, now the flame icon's over the head of this guy, and so he's just going to walk in completely untouched, you know, every single time. Very, very easy, very, very simple. You just move over the center. You can literally watch the flame icon move in real time here. I mean, it just, moves. And then you can click onto him also and make that tackle. So that's the thing where it's like, if you have a really good tackler, right, he's going to make that play all the time. But it's like, if you don't, or you just want to give yourself more control, because he'll break that even on, this guy right here, Lawson. He'll break that tackle maybe 1 or 2 times out of 10. And I think that that's too high, to where I want to give myself the most control, the maximum control right here, where I just click on and then dive tackle by pressing X on Xbox or square on PlayStation to really make sure that I'm able to cut out the legs of the ball carrier and prevent him from getting into a tackle battle or speed boosting away from me. But it's really the easiest run defense here in the game that, you actually just have to master and understand, because you're not really doing anything. All you're doing is moving here, and then as soon as they snap the ball, running free, click on, press X or square, and then the then the running back's going to be down on the ground. So really that's the first thing that makes this, defense so great from the 4-2-5 playbook, is you're basically able to shut down any inside run in the game every single time. But also, if you come into dime normal right here and you call dime blitz 3 with a left Tom 2-man custom stunt, this is going to be really, an easy blitz for you to be able to utilize. I mean, that's, you have to be able to get pressure on the quarterback here in this game, obviously. So what we're going to do is going to shift our defensive line to the left, and then we're going to make sure that we are able to get the attention of this guard right here, number 77. When I shift my D line left, now you can see I have 4 guys on the left side of the offensive line to walk in free. So now what you're going to do is you're going to press RB and right stick up to pass commit. And so boom, we're going to take the snap, turn that guy outside, and that's what's going to allow for our guys to come in free. Because as you can see, they have 3 blockers on that side because I moved the guard over towards the right, but we have 4 defensive players. So this is really important, because if this guard slides over to the left side, he makes it 4-on-4. But now, because I get his attention with the swoop technique where I'm going down and then back up to lurk, I'm able to move him outside to get him to double team, and now that's what allows for this guy to just fly in free, completely untouched for an easy sack. So it's like, yeah, they have 5 blockers and we're sending 5, but it's like we're just going to be able to instantly walk in the backfield very, very easily, because I'm simply moving that, offensive lineman where I really want him to be. So we go with it again right here, move him in that direction. That creates a cluster over there on the left side, and so we're able to instantly sack the quarterback. If you wanted to put like hard flats in the field as well to really assist you in defending the underneath pass, if that was something that you were struggling with, you could, do that, put hard flats in the field. But as I've said many times throughout this video, they blocked their running back. That's not going to be, a real solution for them. Now they have +1, but the running back is still going to get, pretty destroyed at the point of attack. Turn him outside, double team, and then you're just able to see how we get an easy nano disengage for an instant sack. So really this 4-2-5 playbook, automatic run defense, plus a really great blitz, because you're able to create a lot of confusion for the offensive line, regardless if they block their running back or not. Just make sure that you're actually turning this guard in this direction to create the overload on the left, and then you're back into coverage, to lurk around and take away their routes. Alright, so if you found that breakdown helpful of the top 3 defensive playbooks that you need to be using here in College Football 26, make sure you go down below, hit that subscribe button. I break down College Football 26 tips and tricks just like this every single day to help you guys get better, and you don't want to miss out any of the content that I have, because when 27 drops, again, it's going to be the same process where we're helping you guys get better every single day. But if you want either of my defensive ebooks from the 4-3 multiple playbook or the 4-2-5 playbook, go to the link down below in the pinned comment. You can grab them both today by using code YouTube to get 20% off. They both go through the full videos, screenshots, write-ups, everything you're going to need to dominate on defense over the next few days and weeks from this, for either of the playbooks, and it's really the best way to make sure your defense is sound for day 1 of College Football 27. But if you want to see the top 3 offensive playbooks to pair with this, check out this video right here. I'll see you over there. Peace.